India saw a record 4,529 deaths due to coronavirus in a single day.
Every person I speak to is at a loss of words.
Every day when I open Facebook or Instagram stories, I'm used to see around 3 to 4 obituaries.
These are terrible scenes from India, and they're really showing us all what this virus can do if it takes off.
Basic reason to give a sharp rise in the number of cases was mainly because of the severe decline in the compliance of COVID-19 appropriate behavior.
Huge levels of nonchalance and carelessness. People are very negligent when it comes to abiding protocols.
In the second wave, there are two things. One is election rallies. Like bang in the middle of the pandemic, there were these huge election rallies. They bragged about how thousands of people are showing up for their rallies. The second thing is the Kumbh Mela and other religious festivities. Lakhs of people just gathered together in this mass celebration. And the Kumbh Mela was actually preponed. It wasn't even supposed to happen this year.
Prime Minister came on the front and said that we have won the COVID war. So I think after that, it was kind of a validation. We thought, should we wear the mask? It's okay now, it's not that important. So I think that lethargic attitude of people, and also because government was not prepared with the infrastructure, so that overall led to this drastic rise.
Now, the country has reported 273,810 fresh COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours.
They are underreporting it for sure.
There is a lot of sensationalism that happens, but at the same time, there is like complete underreportage of things like you mentioned, like the numbers, because I've had friends who are reporting from the ground, like local journalists, and if I were to listen to them, if I were to believe them, then the government has been bluffing it.
On one hand, you have lower deaths being recorded, and on the other hand, you have these pictures of cemeteries just overflowing with bodies washed up on the shores of the river Ganga. In the face of that, if you report that here's a low death rate, like that's not true. Like there's something has got to be like amiss here, right?
Thousands of Indians have been frantically searching for beds and life-saving oxygen for their sick relatives, even seeking help from social media apps and personal contacts.
When the leaders didn't stand up, the entire internet somehow came together to help people, those who really needed the help and who didn't have anywhere else to go. Like, it was so sad. Hospitals are pleading the High Court to get more oxygen, because they know they have people on ventilators and they need the oxygen. So people really looked up to internet to find help, and a lot of the times they did get that help.
There is a whole network of influencers, NGOs, and just people in India who are exchanging resources. And while they should be encouraged and this should be very heartening, this should not be glorified in any way. Like, you cannot say that, oh, how sweet, people are doing this for each other. Like, people shouldn't have to do these things for each other. The hospitals should have these things. The government should have these things sorted out, for people. And in fact, the government has done a crackdown on people who are trying to help. There was an FIR filed against a person who said that there is a lack of oxygen in a certain state in India. And the goons of the politicians of that state actually responded with threats. People are surviving in spite of the government, not because of them.
I think India reacted and acted really quickly, and we were on our feet when it came to the first wave, like last year. The second wave approached us. We went into a complete lapse of COVID protocols that were asked to be demonstrated. People just thought it was okay to step out, for a morning walk or a morning jog out on the beach.
I think if the infrastructure was there, if we could have already procured these oxygen cylinders, these injections at all the COVID hospitals, that precious time that we lost there, or that level of ignorance from the government side would have been avoided.
So I think as an individual, it is our responsibility to take care of ourselves. We do not need someone to constantly tell us that you have to do this. The government has opened vaccination drive for 18 plus to 45 plus individuals. But their website is so bad that people every day struggle to book a single slot. They started in each and every state, but after a point when they realized that vaccines could not be delivered to so many states, they had to freeze the vaccination drive like they did in Mumbai and Karnataka. And this is only from the urban factor that I'm talking about.
I feel like if the people in power take charge and formulate better plan of action, shift priority to the pandemic, so much can happen once the people in power decide that, okay, no, this is what we need to pay attention to. Saving lives is the thing that should be given all of our resources. And definitely the accountability will always lie with the government and not with the people.
On the pandemic front, the daily COVID-19 infections across India have gone below the 300,000 mark, striking a faint note of hope in almost a month fraught with surging COVID numbers and deaths.
I don't see it going back to normal anytime soon, but I really wish that things go back to normal where we do not have to actually wear a mask and we can meet people and, see each other and not on these Zoom calls or on Google Meets.
It is so sad. Otherwise, you have to convince yourself, you have to somehow tell yourself that things will change for the better and there are better days ahead. I mean, we have to allow ourselves to simmer in whatever the feelings that we are feeling, but at the same time cling on to that hope, because at least I believe that it is going to take us ahead.
When it comes to normalcy, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And it makes me really sad because it makes me feel that we are stuck in this place that has so many issues and we are so far away from that goal of retain some normalcy in life. But for now, I definitely think it's going to take a very, very long time and people should settle in for a much longer struggle against the virus.